No, give it a shot. I was just so excited about sharing all my witchy things with you. So, yeah, well, witchy oddities, a little bit of everything. I got a lot of weird stuff. So, I'm just going to get right at it. I see a bunch of y'all are already popping in. Hey, Tina. I recognize that name. Awesome. Okay. So I have loaded an absolute ton of stuff in my bin in the auction area. So if there are specific things that you want to see right away, just let me know. Yay, Tina! I am so happy that you got your stuff today. Hooray, hooray. That's so great. Oh my goodness. So yeah, and today's like such a mix of stuff. A lot of it is oddities, like a lot of bones that I have. I have some vials of tarantula webbing that I actually bottled up today. I have had the webbing in a jar in my witchery for I don't even know how long. And I was like, okay, today you're going to find a home somewhere else. Like I have been your guardian for long enough. So, anyways. So, next up, how about we start with, let's just get right at it. Let's pull out the weird right away. All right. I wish this was a little bigger. That's okay. All right, let's look at some calcanei. So I spent a lot of time today really digging through anatomy charts of bovine skeleton because I have foraged a bunch of bovine or cow bones. They're beef cattle and dairy cattle, or dairy cow. I don't know if you call dairy cows cattle, then whatevs. I digress. Anyway, so I have the first and second calcanei in the foot. So, cows are cloven, right? They have the little hoofy bit. And I actually have some of the hooves. Oh, well, okay. So we'll get to that. Okay. So, they have some of the hooves. And so the hoof is like one joint where it's just the pointy parts, right? Left, right. But then it continues up and there's like a first, or this is the second calcaneus. And then it's the first calcaneus. And then there's the knee joint. Or I guess it would be, yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's the knee joint. Oh, well, I have, if you look at my calcaneus listings, I did include an anatomy uh, image for you to reference. So, um, so these are the first calcanei or calcaneus. Um, so this, oh, geez, you can't see. So this part would be what goes up into the knee joint. And this part goes down towards the cloven part of the hoof. And actually, so this is the next calcaneus down. So then this would go right under here. And this gives the foot a lot of flex because, cattle spend a lot of time walking on uneven surfaces through fields and stuff. So they need a really good, like strong, flexible system to do that. And so these calcanei actually came from the same cow. Actually, I'll show you how they go together. So it goes like this. Wait, hang on. I just had it. Is it like this? Like this. Does that look right? Now I'm second guessing myself. Oh, here we go. It fits in the slot. Put the thing in the slot. I feel like this is right. I don't know. But you get what I'm saying. Lots of movement here. Rose boys. I see a question mark, Rose boys. Are you questioning about the bone? Doop. Here. I put my camera in a different spot this time, so now I have to figure out where it is. And I'm just like driving drunk all over the place. Okay. So I'm going to start running. This is the first calcaneus, and I do have the right and left hock. So right, left hock. And so these would be next to each other like this in the cow leg, I guess you would say. So yeah. If you had animals in a jar. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Adam. Do I have animals in a jar? I think the only animal thing I have in a jar are tarantula is tarantula webbing. I have these. And so the webbing also includes some insect carapace, um, and like little wings and stuff, but that's about as close as thing in a jar. I think maybe looking for wet specimens. Yeah, I don't have any wet specimens right now. I'm more of a dry specimen person because I forage everything myself. I have tried preserving dead things, and all I ended up was with a shed full of stink. So, still working on how to do that. And since I don't buy from people and I do it myself, it can. It can. So I really tried. I had, so my brother's a farmer, my brother and his wife and their family, and they had a bunch of chickens and they butchered them and saved me the chicken feet because they knew I really wanted to dry them to have like desiccated chicken feet. And I've sold them before at my shop, but I wanted to try making them instead of buying them from a dealer. Well, anyways, so I had 60 chicken feet in my shed. And then I was like, oh, I'll just pack them in salt. That'll desiccate them, pull out all the moisture. Well, what ended up happening is they started to rot and they made our shed stink. They made our whole backyard stink. It made the neighbor's yard stink. And we live in town. So, and I thought, okay, I'll let it sit through the winter. It'll like freeze and kill all the bacteria. It should be fine. Yeah. Well, when I started digging through all the salt, I found, what do you call it? Like melted chicken fat that had absorbed into the salt. It was, yeah, it was no bueno. So, anyways, taking a little break from that, from preserving live things after they have passed, and sticking to my bones that I know how to preserve these and stuff. So, anyways, I digress. Yeah. So like I said, if there are things that you do want to see that you see in the bin or in the auction area, just let me know. I did also set aside some items that I had left over from my Monday show, which is my all witchy show. Namely, I have some of my spell powders and spell candles available. Get rid of the flesh and nothing to worry about. Exactly. I don't need roadkill literally living in my backyard. Yeah. Bones can already be kind of a stink fest if you don't let them sit out in nature and like fully decay. Because even after all the fleshy bits are gone and like they're naturally predated, like by coyote and stuff, the marrow's still wet inside the bone. So you have to like let it really sit there. Otherwise you bring it home too early and you got a stink fest on your hands, and learned my lesson. Right now I brought things home too early, and I ended up having to bury them in the backyard, and hopefully I remember where I buried them because I would really like those bones. They're the, so I really like cloven animals, and I've foraged whole deer skeletons before. And I really enjoy all of the little bones in the like cloven area, like the hoof bones. Because, I don't know if you know this, but cloven animals, I want to put my bones down. Hang on. Talking of bones in my hands. Yeah, I tried to do a deer skull and learn my lesson as well. There's a line down my wall. Oh, there was a line down my wall, but yeah. Oh, it wasn't dry on the inside. I hear ya. Yeah. My brother, 2 winters ago, his mother-in-law got a deer and he saved me the deer legs, like from the knee down to the end of the foot. And he just like, he put like all these deer legs in a Ziploc bag that was not zipped and then left it in his car for like 2/3 of the winter. And it wasn't a very cold winter. So by the time I got them, they were partially decayed and very sinewy and dry. And I had to figure out how to get all of the desiccated fleshy bits and fur off these bones. And I was like, I don't know. I tried boiling them, like a boiling maceration is a thing. And all I ended up doing was creating stinky soup. So I buried them in my yard and I'm like, all right, nature, if I'm meant to have these, you'll figure out a way to make all that ick disappear. Just saying. And of course, so maybe we can shift a little bit. I made these forged bone bags. And so each bag is different and they have various bones in them. And some of them have hooves. Like this actually has a preserved set of hooves. Thank you. I have, and there's a bunch of these. And so they come in nice big bags. And anyway, I'm going to run these. I have 11 different bags. And like I said, they're all unique. So how about we open up the auction with a bone bag. All right, so I am starting them right now. They start at $8, which is a steal, honestly, considering all the work I put into like cleaning them and foraging them, mucking around the forest and so on. So, like I said, these are likely from the knee joint of a cow, but I also have teeth. I have like teeth bags. Let's see if I can find one. No, this is more like a mix of large and small bones. Oh, thanks, Bree. I appreciate the bid. Yeah. Yeah, and I'll keep running these until people aren't interested anymore, basically. But yeah. All right, Bree. So I will set one aside for you. Do you have a preference of big bone, like bigger bones or smaller bones, or do you want me just to pick one for you? Oh, goodness. I always tell myself I never have enough space, and part of it is because I load my space with so many things. Perfect. I will pick a good one for you. I like this one for you. Okay. Aha. Okay. So I will run these bone bags again because, like I said, I have a whole bunch of them that I made up for this auction, and I would love to have them find homes. Let's see here. Ooh. We have this one up. Yeah, I'll say this is this one's. That's what it looks like. And I wrote up a whole little thing about what to use them for magically. So that way, if you get it and you're like, what am I supposed to do? That's what it's for. Awesome. Thank you, Bree. I will add this to your other bone bag. Awesome. Awesome. All right. I'm going to give it another run, and then I'll move on to another thing for a bit. Ooh. Here's the one with teeth in it. I knew I had one. Can I see the hooves one? Yeah, so actually I put one. Oh, wait. Let's see. Here we go. Here's the hooves one. Thank you. Yeah, and these are in excellent condition. Usually hooves are the first thing to go because other animals. Oh, thanks, Adam, for the bid. Yeah, other animals like to chomp on these for like the keratin, It's like little chew toys for all the squirrels. I always am a little amused. Yeah, and so Adam, did you want the hooves or did you want me to pick one with more bones in it? Just wait for you to comment. Otherwise, I'll just pick one Teeth, please. Okay. Let me find the teeth one. I just had it. There it is. This also has this pointy one is the toe, like one of the toe hoof, like end of the toes that the hooves would grow on because they grow like toenails. That is one thing I love about digging through animal remains is I learned so much. I'm also such a weirdo. Thank you, Brittany. Okay. Adam, if you're also interested in teeth, I do have. Oh, geez. First off, I thought I put these in a bowl, but this is a handful of teeth. And so if you would like, I can run the teeth. I have them at $1 a piece, but I would put all of the, so I have 1, 2, 3. You'll see them in the pictures. I do have like 4 of them. Did I drop one? 1, 2, 3. Am I holding one? No. Where are you? Here you. Nope, that's not you. I don't know where it is. I don't know. Maybe my cat ran off with it. Who knows? Anyway, so I have them for $1 a piece, and I certainly want that for the larger ones. But if one of you or someone wanted these 4 smaller ones, I mean, I would probably do all of these for $2, like a $2 start, if someone's interested in that. So, yeah. But otherwise, I'm going to run the teethers. Yeah, and the teeth I pulled out of jawbones. That if the jawbone was not hidden item, if the jawbone was in really bad condition, like if it had decayed to the point where the jaw was no longer really salvageable or usable or even used as like a curio or display piece. So anyway, that is where I acquired them. I pulled them all out by hand like some weird little dentist. So this for the dollar pull, I'll say this is the first one up for $1. It's a nice big molar. It's probably about 1.5 inches long. And I'll probably start with some of my bigger ones and then I'll do some smaller teeth bundles next. So if you are into, here's what the back looks like. And in case you aren't aware, these larger molars are from like the back part of the jaw. Awesome. Thank you, Bree. All right. Let's run that again. Okay, so I'm going to do this big boy. So this one's about 2 inches long. And this is one of the furthest back ones. The very large, like squarish molars are from the way back part of the jaw. So, hey, Cobweb Cutie. Love that you're getting in on this. Okay, Adam, I will run the small tooth set next. Awesome. Thank you, Cobweb Cutie. I will put this aside for you. Okay. Let's do that that small teeth run, and then I'll get back. I just have a small handful left of the larger teeth because Adam wants to bid on the small teeth run. So the small teeth run includes this guy, which is like it has sort of a paddle end with a straight root instead of the split root. And then I have another straight root and then a smaller little forked root one. Okay, so let me just do a little do a little dinking around with that. Okay, so this one that starts at 2 is going to be for the 4-tooth bundle, just to be clear. Okay, and then I'll switch it back to the dollar run for the larger pieces. So, all right, get your swipers ready. This is what's up. So your bids on this round go for all 4 of these teeth. Awesome. Okay, we're getting in on less than 10 seconds. Okay, Adam. This looks like this is yours. Awesome. Okay. So that teefer is for you. Congratulations. Okay. All right. I'm going to change that back to $1. Confirm. And how about we run? Okay. Like I said, I'm going to run out the rest of these big teeth. So, I have a couple of these smaller ones. So I think I will do this next run. Well, let's see here. I think I'm going to do another $2 run because that's what I feel like doing. All right, so this $3 run or $2 run is going to be these 3, 1, 2, 3, these 3 molars. So they're all about the same size, and they're the smaller molars. So I'm going to run 3 of them for $2 instead of $1 each. So that's what's up right now, are these 3 smaller molars. So if you're interested in having these, I see Bree's got a bid in. Awesome. I'm excited for you. And then once the teeth are done, I am going to show you one of my pride and joys that I've been saving for this show. It is a calf skull cap with a complete lower jaw. Awesome. Thank you, Bree. I'm going to put these with your winning things. Okay. All right. So then these last 2 teeth are going to be $1 each at the start. Let me just, okay. Okay, that's already done. Cancel. All right, start auction. So, there we go. So this auction is for this tooth, and then I have one more tooth after this. And I guess if all my teeth people have been satisfied, I will move on after this run. Absolutely, Brie. I am so excited that you are as in love with these things as I am, because, yeah, like I said, I spend a lot of time foraging and cleaning and just putting a lot of time and energy into all these kinds of things. And I like to find my weirdos. So sending y'all a bunch of hearts. Okay, and then I have one left. So, okay, last chance to get a cow tooth. And we got this big old chonky molar. Awesome, awesome. Love this for you, Cobweb Cutie. Yeah, that is the thing about Whatnot is I have been able to find a lot of awesome people that are into the same things I'm into. And that is just such a healing thing for my heart, I am used to being like this black sheep weirdo in my town. And it's good not to be that person anymore. All right, Cobweb Cutie. Well, thank you for giving all those teeth a home. How about we go to, okay, I'm so excited to show y'all the calf skull. Oh, okay. It looks like here we go. Product auction actions. Run as an auction. Okay. Let me show you what the auction item is. So I rearticulated this skull because the calf had died during birth, which happens, if you had a cattle farm or know people on cattle farm, that calves sometimes just don't make it. So this calf, it is their upper skull cap that I had rearticulated, which means I just glued it together so the pieces would stay together. And then, yeah, and so this little part here would be the nose, and you can kind of see just the little eye orbits. Geez, where are here they are. These are the eye orbits, I think. Oh no, yeah, I was right. Eye orbits. So you can, and it's certainly more evident when you look at it head on. No pun intended. Anyway, so I have this cap, and then set that down because I only have so many hands. Okay, and then I have the two halves of the jaw that have most of the teeth in them. So that is what this next auction item up is, and I only have one of these. So there we go. So the starting bid is 18. And like I said, you get the skull cap and you get the two halves. And if you're really interested in this and stuff, oh, awesome. Thank you, Bree. I am so excited. I thought this would be really cool. So if you're of the artsy persuasion, I thought this could be really cool in like a shadow box with like the cap and then the two skull halves like on either side. I do not have enough arms for this. Awesome. Thank you, Bree. So yeah, if you are like a taxidermy artist, this would be a great base piece for you to just zhuzh up in whatever magical way you'd like. So that is for Bree, right? And that's what people ask me sometimes, like, well, why are bones your thing? And I said, because you can do so many things with them. And I'm also an event planner. I put on markets every year. And one of my favorite kinds of artist vendors. Oh, awesome, Bree. Well, if you're in Wisconsin, you are welcome to, well, you're at least close to Wisconsin. You're welcome to come be a vendor at my markets because I love hosting bone artists, and they do so well at my markets too because I draw in all the weirdos. So, and I love it. I love it. So, okay. Oh, speaking of skull art, um I want to show you what I made. Here, let me go. Skull. Okay, so I'm going to pin this. Pin item. Jeez. Okay, let's see if I can get far enough away from the camera. I made this. So this is an adult cow skull. Thank you. And I obviously painted her black, and then along the bone plates, I gave it a gold highlight. Thank you. And then, of course, I am a big old celestial witch, so I gave her this beautiful crown of stars with a crescent moon and like moss and flowers. And I've been wanting to find a home for her forever. So yeah, and you could see like she has her upper teeth there, at least most of them. And that's what the underside looks like. So yeah. Thank you, Bree. All right. So if either of you are interested in where am I from? So I live in Wisconsin. That is, she does. She really does. I spent so many days, weeks, between preparing the bone, because, I find it and it's half buried in dirt. And then you have to like dig out all the mouse nests from the brain pan. Oh my goodness. Mice and bees love. Okay, where's the hole? Right here. So this is where, I don't know if I can tip her right. Okay. See this hole? That's where the brain and the brain stem meet, and like the spinal cord. And wasps and mice love to build nests up there. And so that is the challenge of wildcrafting skulls of this size, because they become homes for other creatures. So I'm just going to see if anyone is interested in adopting my baby. Again, it is. Yes, bone preparation can be very stinky. And yeah, so I do a maceration sometimes, but I prefer natural decay. So I will let my skeletons sit out for at least no less than 2 years, because even after the first year, um, you have the cow or whatever animal just ends up being fur jello. And after digging through fur jello, I assure you, I never want to do that again. Oh, I found it. So I think it was Adam earlier who got that. Okay, sorry, I got tangled in my chair. I think I just decreased my first set of self, and even that was so stinky. Decrease. And I just don't want to go through the decay process. I really want to get some beetles, but since I live in Wisconsin and we don't really have, yes, yes, we don't really have a good environment for beetles, at least that kind. Um, I I really want to try like a worm box. So like how you put bones in the box with the beetles. I wonder if worms and other little decay creatures like that would be just as helpful, in a controlled environment. Red worms. Oh, thank you, Adam. I will look into that. Speaking of which, Adam, I found the other little flathead tooth that I knew I had, but I couldn't find when I was showing him to you. So I'm just going to throw this in your basket for free. So you get a little freebie flat tooth um, with the other ones. You're very welcome. I knew I had 4 of these and it was driving me absolutely bananas. So anyway, I'm glad I found it. Yeah, so I don't mind bugs as long as they aren't in my house. And I can interact with them in a very like I get to control when we have interactions. But if they're just like flying in my face or trying to get up my nose or whatever it is, I'd be like, guys, personal space, get away. I will put on bug spray. I'm from Virginia. Use redworms in the winter months when our beetles go away. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So earlier, speaking of things in a bottle, someone was asking me about wet specimens, and I just found not a wet specimen, but I have a preserved yellow jacket that I dried in my window for several months, and then I delicately put him in a jar. So if anyone would like a little preserved wasp, and the wings, you can't tell because he's so tiny. Let me see if I can get a better. Oh yeah, that helps. See, there you go. Now you can see him. And his wings are in such good condition. I really took my time getting him in this bottle. And I thought he'd be a really cool pendant for a necklace. So yeah. This will be just like a little random dollar pull. So if anyone is interested, I do have some dollar pulls set aside. But I have some witchy dollar pulls if anyone is interested in seeing what kind of witchy things I have. So, let's see here. Where are my? see if I can just look. Yas, Witchy. Awesome. Let's see if I can find my dollar start. I don't know. I might just have to make one. I'm just going to have to add one. Okay. Temporary listing. So these will be, I don't know. I'll just put it under other because, I mean, how do you list witchy items? All right. So I'm adding the dollar starts as just an item. One. I probably have at least 10 things I can sell for $1. So, and there's smaller items. So, no, and confirm. Also, apparently my face does things when I'm thinking. So if you're like, is she upset? No, that is my thinking face. I'm sure other people have thinking faces. Okay. Oh, okay. I did have a name. We had a dollar start. That's okay. I also created a dollar start that is for like creating crystal scoops because I have a ton of crystals that I would love to find homes for, but they're all ones that you use for like spells and not really display pieces, which is what sort of sets me apart from other crystal dealers on this platform is that I'm here to give you like witchy crafting supplies. So that is my digression there. Dollar start. Where are you? What is? All right. Well, I'm just going to use this item because I had already loaded it. So, and I can't find the original one. Start auction. Okay. So for my first dollar start, I want to find this little wasp pendant guy a home. So if you are looking for something a little weird, I do have this lovely dried insect for you. Thanks, Cobweb Cutie. And I did already put the little eyelet hook in it. But I did not glue the cork down, so you could add some other little bits to it before you seal it up. So yeah, awesome. Thanks, Cobweb Cutie. I will put this in your pile. Okay, next up. And dollar start. Okay, so I do candle making. And when I do my candle making, I also make spell wax tarts. And so I have 2 of my Witch Protect Thyself wax tarts left. And so my wax tarts are scented and I do color them myself. And they have herbs and crystals in them that help with protection magic. So we're getting married 11/1. We are doing goth black and orange with bones and nature stuff. Oh, I love that so much. My husband and I got married on Halloween, so we had a costume party and we both came in costume as our wedding clothes. And of course they were like fancy, but they still like had a whole Halloween vibe. And anyways, all right, folks, I'm going to run these dollar pulls. And again, these are Witch Protect Thyself. And so they are for protection magic. And they protect you from bad energy, from, people sending, ill will your way. It will also like clear your space of, negative entities or spirits, providing they're not like full on poltergeists. So, but yeah, so this is available. Okay. That's all right. I will set this aside. And what did I, oh. Okay, so also in the curio part of things, I foraged a whole bunch of pearly elephant clamshells. And so these are freshwater clams that exist here in Wisconsin. And these, I have 2 bags of the ones that are kind of imperfect, which means they have like, I found them with like little, oh geez, I'm driving drunk. See, they have like little chips out of them, but otherwise they're like perfectly fine. And so if you wanted to use them for crafts or maybe find a way to like punch out little beads or something, I certainly do not have the capacity to do that, but I have these, and they each have like, I don't know, at least like 6 to 8 shells each bag, and I'll let these go for $1 each. Can I be the jackass as show and tell the last bags? Oh, sure, absolutely. I can do that. First, I'm going to run the shells because I have them in my hand, and then I will run those wax tarts again. So for folks who are looking for a good deal on some freshwater pearly elephant clamshells, I have 2 bags available for $1 each, and they both have at least 6 to 8 little clamshells in them, and they'd be perfect for creating, beads from them, jewelry, whatever. I mean, they're really great for creating like shadow boxes and other decorative stuff. So, okay, well, I will set this aside for now, and I will run those wax tarts for Adam. So, all right. All right, Adam. So the protection wax tarts are running, and they're $1 a piece. So get your swiper ready. Awesome. Yeah, and then after this run goes, I'll run it again for the second tart in case someone else wants it, or if you want the second one as well. And these wax tarts, you can burn them for a while. Like the oils in them that are scenting them, as well as the organic bits and the crystals, would be fine to, cook in your wax melter or whatever, basically until it all evaporates. And it should all evaporate because I do use soy-based wax. So, okay, Adam. And I will run the next item. The next dollar pull is the other wax tart. So if you would like a Witch Protect Thyself wax tart, I have one left. And yeah, get on that. We have about 15 seconds left of this run. And then if you're interested, I could also show you the Witchy candles. And you said they were good for yes. So these protection ones are good at clearing negativity and putting like this protective energy barrier like around your home / in your space. So yeah, these are powerful little bits of magic. Yeah, and you can use them both in an electric wax melter or in the kind where I had one here. Anyway, one that where you like put the tea light in the bottom, put the tart in the top. So yeah. Would anyone be interested in a handmade teacup candle? So this one here is called Mystic's Magic, and it is for enhancing your spirituality, like intuition, helps with divination, helps tap into your magical energy and connect with, whatever sort of spiritual deity that you connect with. So I created this really just to help with that. So if you read tarot cards or do pendulum work, this will certainly help you receive messages. It's also good to burn in your room before you go to bed to help receive messages through your sleep. So yeah. So if anyone is interested in it, I will run this teacup candle. Okay, I might just have to add the item. Temporary listing. Candles. Where are you? Candles in aromatherapy. Perfect. Done. And I have about 5 of these handmade candles available that I have, and there's like 4 different types. 4 different types. So, candle. Teacup. Are they scented? Yes, these are scented. This one is scented bergamot sage, because both of those are associated with like tapping into that, intuition, that divination kind of energy. hmm And okay, and I have three of them at this price point. So these are $15. Okay, confirm. Mhm. Okay, an item, start auction. Okay, so this is the one that's up for auction right now. Again, it's to help with divination and intuition, lucid dreaming, also for like dream message receiving. And I have it. So let me see if I can get this in the shot. So it has 3 quartz points. This is blue apatite and this is lepidolite over here. And then it has a blend of herbs on it that are known for aiding in divination. And then, of course, the candle itself is scented and is made with like a soy based wax. So, and then at the end, you get this adorable little teacup. And I have this one has a wood wick. So, all the candles I have here today to show you have wood wicks, which make a very pleasing crackling noise when they burn. So, okay. Well, I will set this aside for now. But you know that I do have these available if that is something you'd like in the future. So, um, oh, so these are 2 pieces. It is an atlas and an axis bone from the cow. So this end is where it connects to the back of the skull and makes it able for a cow to like rotate its head up and down and side to side because of this unique joint. It's the only joint like this in the entire skeleton. And that's actually true for humans too. So, and these ones come from the same cow. So the pieces fit in together and you can see how, the ridges all line up. So I have these listed individually, so I'm going to run them. And if folks are interested in it as a bundle, just let me know in the comments and I'll see what I can do for you. Because I think, let me see, this is the C1 and the C2. So I have them individually listed at $6, but I would run them for 10 for 2 of them. Yes, Bree, I can bundle. So if you want me to bundle, I can do these 2 for 10 instead of the 12 you would pay for each individual one. Okay, let me just make an adjustment to my listing, and I need a hand for that. Okay. Okay, so let me edit. So this is the Atlas and Axis C1 and C2 vertebra bundle. Okay. All right. And then do 1. And then this is going to be 2 to 3 pounds because they are heavy. Confirm. Okay, Bree. I'm running it right now. There you go. And so this auction item is for the C1 and C2 vertebra. And as you can see, these fit together because they are from the same cow. And I just see faces. I mean, does anyone else see faces in this thing? And I don't know. I think that too, if you mounted them together, that you could use the top to like hold a sphere or something. I don't know. That's what I think of. Awesome, Bree. Thank you for this. Okay. How about a sacrum? Can I interest you in this lovely sacrum? I don't know if I don't know if anyone um, is a Bob's Burger fan, but one of the earlier episodes, um, it's like this art crawl episode anyway, and so the sister Gail paints a bunch of these paintings of animal anuses, and Louise, one of the daughters of Bob, it you know asks this very snooty art lady, "What will it take to get you in this rhino anus today?" And so that like lives in my head rent free. And so when I'm like displaying things, honestly, it sounds like what would it take to get you into this cow anus today? Oh goodness, it's a good thing you came here for the weird because that is literally all I've got. That's all I got. Okay. So I thank you. Thank you. I appreciate all the laughy uh, emojis in the chat. It is good to know I am not just like being weird in the ether, like pissing all that energy into nothing. So, okay. Well, for anyone who's interested, I am running this sacrum right now. It's $8. And the sacrum is fused. So, yeah. Oh, Cobweb Cutie is winning. Nice. Yeah, and this is the only sacrum I have. I don't know if y'all are interested in larger pieces, but I do also have several cow pelvises, and it is the full like iliac wings and everything. All right, thank you, Cobweb Cutie. I will add this to your uh, treat pile. Oh, yay! Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Adam. That is just so nice. I love feedback like that. You guys have been so great too. Just like being super excited about all my bony bits. Um, Speaking of happy bony bits, let me introduce you to the thing that literally smiles at you. So I have, I think, just four of these, and these are, let me see, vertebra. Let's see which ones these are. These are the cervical vertebra. What is my? I'm a Virgo. I'm a Virgo. Yeah. What about you, Brie? Yes. Well, and so I'm just like all about roaming around in the dirt. Like I'm an earth sign through and through. Oh, nice. Some of my besties are cancers. I love just the intensity and humor of cancers. They are such a joy. Mhm. Yeah, so like and I'm a double earth sign, right? So I'm a Virgo sun, a Capricorn moon, and then I get, a little wet reprieve if you will with my rising because I have Pisces in my rising. So, yeah. I so yeah, I dabble in natal charts. It's kind of my fun time. Oh, nice. Nice. My dad was a Leo, and Leos are just a whole vibe. They make really very confident leaders. And I love that. Virgos are often like very have like supportive motherly energy, where Leos are very like leading the way. Oh, nice. Well, let's see if these happy little cervical vertebra tickle your pickle. Like I said, I just have four of these. And yeah, I love their happy little faces. I just can't even get over it. They kind of remind me of Pokemon. I don't really know a lot about Pokemon, but of the ones I've seen, um, I don't know. Yes, there exactly. It is the physical representation of that like emoticon. Awesome. Well, thank you, Bree. Okay, let's see. Oh, so I will show the other smiley ones. And there you go. Oh my god. That is hilarious. This one here kind of reminds me of like those like masquerade masks, because it has just like a little stick. I don't know. It just it's the little I think it's actually called the spinous process. So yeah. This guy here though, he's got a little it's kind of like one of his little ears though, got a little nibbled on. So okay. So I'll put this guy down, but know that I have some smiley faced little boys. Exactly. Okay. I did want to point out in the smiley faced vertebra category, I do have two that fit together, by the way. These two sit on top of each other. They came from the same cow. Are these for good luck? Oh, hey, DeRose girl. So cow magic. Here, I actually have a whole thing. So I also have long bones, but okay. So with my cow bones, I made a little tag about the magic of cows. And it says a potent tool for animal magic and ancestral communication. Bones connect us to the spiritual energy of the animal, allowing us to draw from their qualities and powers. Cows are strongly associated with nurturing and motherhood. They are symbols of abundance, prosperity, wealth, fertility, and sustenance. They cultivate the attitude of gratitude, gentleness, and peace. So that's what cow bones bring to the party. And like I said, I do send a little um, info thing like this with my bones. So that way, if you're like, oh, what can I use these for? This is it. And that's one of the things I love about bones too, is like that connection to the ancestral plane, the ancestral world. So absolutely. That is something people have told me about my witchy shows, is that I just share so much knowledge and, stuff that I know and that I'm passionate about. And yeah, I love to teach. I've run a witchcraft business for over 7 years. And, as a brick and mortar business, people would come in all the time and it's like an impromptu witchy teaching session. Absolutely, Adam. Yeah, and again, and I say this at every show too. For things that you purchase, say you get like a spell kit or something or whatever from me, and you get it in the mail, and you're like, I'm not really sure what to do with this again. Um, feel free to reach out to me through the app, like message me and go, hey, can you explain to me again how to use this, or could you maybe give me an idea of how I could incorporate this into whatever it is? Because I'm like the magical geek squad, right? I call it spell support. I'm here for spell support. And you didn't even have to call India. I'm just here through the app. My goodness. Uh that's me showing how I really don't like calling customer service. It doesn't really have anything to do with India. It mostly has to do with me slowly uh, passing away because I'm bored and I hate sitting on hold. Anyways, I digress. Um, exactly, Adam. Yeah, your brain is hungry for knowledge. You just got to feed it. So, anyways, my brain just got off track. So, long bones. Long bones. Oh, was anyone interested in the stacking vertebra to bundle these two? Okay, yes. So, oh geez, I had these for $5 a piece. I could do 8. Do you want to do 8 for 2? Okay. Thank you for holding on there, Bree. I'm glad I could circle back to that because, you know, the ADHD and being on the spectrum means that I am basically, 15 caffeinated squirrels in a human suit, and it's hard to keep all of them wrangled. Oh, hey, JSC. Welcome to the party. All right. So I am running these two vertebra as a bundle for $8, and it is up right now. And again, these two fit together because they were on top of each other when I found them, and I was able to, keep them from, getting lost in the drying process. So, yeah. In a cloche with some, oh my goodness, yes. And like, okay, so this little, like, the hole from the spinal column would be great to use as like a vase. Just saying. Oh, thank you, JSC. I appreciate the first purchase. Let me set this aside for you. Um, yes. Since I have some new folks coming in, I think I'm going to. Oh, okay. Well, I just have one of these left. So I'm going to run the last little smiley face vertebra in case. In case anyone wants to grab this. And I'm going to mark this at 5, edit item. But if you wanted to bundle this with a different bone, let's see. Oh, so I would bundle this. So I have these are hyoid bones. So I don't know if you wanted to do an $8 bundle, I would throw in the last smiley face vertebra and then do the 2 hyoid bones for the 8. So if anyone's interested in that, just let me know. Otherwise, I will run the last smiley face vertebra for 5. Yeah, JSC just like snuck in there right at the end and got those 2 vertebra. Don't worry. I always have more vertebra that I can go hunt for, which makes me happy because now that these have homes, I'll have space to dry and prepare more bones, which always makes me happy. So, why is this being so weird? Okay, there. Okay, there. Yes, this is the last Miss Puff of the show. So, confirm. And product. Oh. Oh, thank you for snagging the patchouli leaf. That stuff is very potent. I do have a whole bunch of dried herbs and things in my bin for folks who like to work with magical herbs. Okay, so the last smiley face vertebra is up for $5. If anyone who has wandered in, like JSC, if you want to snag it. And this one has the longest spinous process, which I think is kind of unique. Oh, Bree's in it. Bree's like, nope, I'm not missing this one. Oh, and then we got, and I realized because I'm from the Midwest, I say ope a lot. All right, JSC is winning. Okay, awesome. JSC won. Are you from the Midwest, Bree? If you mentioned it earlier, I must have missed it. I know Adam's from Virginia. So, oh, New York. Sure. Okay. That one's gone. I was going to, okay, so I'm going to do another run on those foraged bone bags for the new folks who've popped in and see if a couple more of those can find homes. Load. can I just, it's being a little temperamental and not letting me search by a keyword. So I had to be a plebe and just scroll. Okay, again, I am pulling up. Oh, here they are. Oh, there it went. There we go. Nope, down. Excuse me while I try to figure this out. Having a moment. Oh, here they are. Okay. Pin item. All right. You're not getting away from me again, this silly item. Okay, folks. Thank you for being patient while I tried to pull up this item. These are forged bone bags. Each bag has at least 5 bones in it. Oh, looks like another bin item went. Oh, thank you for buying a treat for Lavender. Oh my goodness. My kitties are such treat whores. They love the tube treats. Oh, thank you so much. Aw. So, okay. Yeah, on my road to 1K, I thought, well, maybe my kitties could be an incentive. Okay, I am running the forged bone bags. This one, I'll say this one's the one that's up. It has some, like, these are sort of smaller. All of the bones in this bag are probably around 1 to 3 inches. And so this would be really good for a project if that's something you're into. Yeah. So this is the bag that's running right now. So we got Bree winning, which is fabulous. Love it. Love it. Thank you, Bree. You will have to send me some pictures if you make some art with all the bones, because I would love to see what you make. Well, and I know you said you do make bone art, so I would love to see what that turns into. So, okay. Ooh. This bone bag has 4 bones and a large molar in it. So, I'm going to run this one. Start auction. Boom. All right. If you would like this bag, it is running right now. Again, it has the 4 bones and a large molar in it. Yeah. So JSC, if you're still watching, and I do have a tag that tells you like what using the bones would be good for. It says a potent tool for animal magic and ancestral communication. Bones connect us to the spiritual energy of the animal, allowing us to draw from their qualities and powers. Okay. All right. Well, I will put that down for now. I do still have 2 bags, it looks like, actually. 2. Ooh. Oh, this one's cool. So this is actually a hoof with the hoof bone in it. So it's like the bone that grows underneath the nail. That's in this bag. So this has a hoof with hoof bones, and then this one has just hoofs in it. So these are still available. And then it looks like I just have 2 bags that have like 5 bones in them, or bones in a tooth. Okay. So how about we try some tarantula web? I very carefully, I put gloves on because I didn't know if it would be itchy. But yes, I have some tarantula webbing. Tarantula webbing. And it comes in a glass. This is glass with a cork top. And there, I'm going to start the auction. If you want, so I have 8 vials total. And if you wanted to buy more than one, I would give you a little deal. But otherwise, I will run them at $6 a piece. Because, I mean, honestly, where are you going to get tarantula webbing? And the tarantula webbing does also, so I was told by the person who raises the tarantula, she's the one who gave it to me. She gave me a jar of tarantula webs that I guess they're like special kinds of webs they create when they're nesting and like preparing to have a clutch of eggs. So it has a different texture, I guess. This is very strong, like spider silk. Um, and there are bits of like insect carapace and wings in it, but otherwise it's really neat. I don't know. I dig it. Thank you, Bree. Oh, I love that you grabbed one. Yeah. I guess I'll run one more in case someone wants to get on that. Like I said, I do have, well, 7 more now. So, and it's certainly going to just be a small batch because that person has moved away and I don't have access to her tarantula stash. And it's so cool because I had just sort of, it was sort of a freak occurrence that I met her. Oh, looks like JSC is winning. Awesome. Yeah, like I said, it's just a freak occurrence that I met her and she's just like, hey, you seem like the kind of person that'd appreciate a jar of this webbing. I raise tarantulas. Here you go. And I was like, thanks. Cool. Awesome. Thanks, JSC. I will add this to your pile. Loverly, loverly. Okay. Um, let's how about we do another? Basically run it till no one's interested and then we'll move on to something else. Oh, Cobweb Cutie. I was wondering if you'd come in for that because I mean it's in the name. Oh my goodness. Oh, JC has swooped in. We got 10 seconds left before this one is gone. All right, we're in the red. Okay. And we're at, all right. Thanks, JSC. Okay. All right. Okay. Another one is up. There we go. Awesome. Oh, I'm so happy I found my weirdos. This makes me so happy. Something I often like go looking for as well are like feathers and snakeskin sheds and all that kind of stuff. I actually got some turkey talons once, just like random stuff. For folks who are like little weirdo foragers, yay, Cowboy for Cutie snagged this one. Awesome. Let's see this one. Hooray, hooray. All right. Is there still a desire for cobwebbies? Yes. It's like I was reading your mind, Bree. I'll run another. There we go. You're welcome. Yeah, and I do have 3 others aside from this one. So if anyone else is like, hey, I really need another one, just know that I have a diminishing amount, but there is still. Yes, any of those bits and pieces and feathers you can find would be awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I do have some to share. I have more behind me. I am awesome. Okay, Bree, this is for you. Okay. All right. I do have 3 of the tarantula webs left. If anyone wants more, I will set them aside and I'm going to pull out what's next. Here we go. How about, okay. So I think I didn't know how I was going to sell this, but I think I'm just going to sell it all as like one foraged bag. Let me see, where's the little guy? Okay. How am I going to show you this? Okay. All right. Hopefully you guys can see this well enough. So I go foraging along the Mississippi River, and this is the leftover bits from a fish skeleton that I found in an eagle like feasting area because we have tons of eagles on our stretch of the Mississippi River. And it was like an area that had all these like half eaten fish. And, anyways, so I have cleaned and dried these. And, yeah, and there are some funky shapes. So this is actually part of the jaw. And then this is a gill. So this is a piece of fish gill that I dried. This is also a gill. So yeah, it's like the jawbone and the gills primarily. And then like the smaller bones of the face. I don't know if you can see this. I'm trying here. But yeah. So I'm going to run this, and there's probably, let me see, how many bones are in here? I would say at least a dozen. And they're all, like I said, oh, look, this is from the ear. This is like a fish ear bone. So yeah, I'm going to run this as a bone bag. And like I said, there's probably about a dozen bones here. And yeah. Bone bag. Start auction. Okay. So I'm running it right now. Again, this is for this special tray of bones. Are you in the St. Louis area? No, I am in Wisconsin. So I live near La Crosse, which is right on the Mississippi River. Yeah. So yeah, folks. So if you're interested in the foraged bone bag item that's running right now is actually for this plate of fish bones. So if anyone is interested, okay, I will set those aside. Okay. Going back to the vertebra, how about some winged ones? And so I actually really like these as candle holders. They actually fit a taper candle just perfect. And so if you're looking for like a cool gothic candle holder. Oh, nice. Yeah, I guess the eagle habitat here has only been revived the last 10 years. Before that, I guess the eagles were super scarce, but now it's just like you can't go anywhere without seeing like the bald-headed eagles. And it's really fantastic, honestly. I am really excited to have them cross my path. So, okay, so these are in here. Hang on, where are you? All right, so these are the lumbar vertebra, and these are for $6 a piece. And I do have a couple of them here. I think I have 5 total. Oh, we have a new contender, Coop. Good to see you, Coop. Yeah, and this too comes with that cow info tag, so it tells you all about how to use them spiritually, if that is your vibe. Otherwise, they are fun to use practically. Like I could see this painted black and then used as like a taper candle holder because they do sit up really nicely because of the way it's shaped on the bottom. And look how the bottom looks. Look how cool that is. Awesome. Thank you, Coop. I will make a pile for you. All right. I have another one of those like winged vertebra. There we go. Awesome. Oh, looks like JSC is in there. Love it. Right? We have another weirdo to welcome to the fold. Awesome. Oh, looks like Bree's winning. Oh, well, you came to the right place, hon, because I have been slinging bones all evening and I still have plenty to share. Awesome. All right, Bree, I will add this to your bone pile. Man, you're going to get a whole damn skeleton in the mail, and I am so thrilled for you. Oh, my goodness. Right? So, Coop, I don't. Jeez. Okay. Um, I don't know if you're interested, Coop, but I do have this one skull that I decorated that I am looking for a home for. So if you're interested, I can run this. And I have this going for as an auction item starting at 100. Yeah, so I have it started at 100. And it, like I said, I hand painted this, and then all of the plates I highlighted with gold paint. And then, okay, well, if there was I would take an offer on this as well if there was something that would be more in your price range, because I really would love to find her a home. And, even though I put a lot of time and work into her, I still feel like, there's a home out there that is waiting for her. So I would take a reasonable offer. Okay. Well, I appreciate your honesty, and I will show you all of my undecorated bones, and maybe you can create some cool art for yourself. Okay. Okay. All right. So looks like I have 3 more of these winged ones. So how about we do some more winged bone auctions and see if folks. Oh, we have a new person, AH Tattoos. How you doing, Tattoos? Love that you're joining the Weirdo Club. We're here just boning around. Awesome. Fantastic. Yeah. And I do have awesome. Congratulations, Tattoos. Okay. Let's run some more of these winged ones. Make sure everyone has a chance. Oh, Cobweb Cutie coming in hot. Love it. Yeah, these are my last 2. So after these, that'd be the last of my winged ones. Awesome. Looks like, oh, Crypt is snagging it. Oh, wait, it looks like it extended. That's cool. Oh, Cobweb is like, no, this one's mine. I haven't got one yet. Oh, hooray. Congratulations, Cobweb, for winning. I love this for you. Okay, the final winged one. Let's see if we can find her a home. Yeah. And in case folks didn't know, I do harvest all these bones myself. The animals do die of natural causes, and so I harvest them ethically. I know where all my bones come from because I'm the one who goes hunting for them. So, yeah, in case that is a thing for you, because that's part of my spiritual practice too, is, connecting with the earth and honoring the things that I come across. So, and that's how I do it. And the bone trade could be very hinky sometimes. Oh, awesome. Good job, Crypto. Where did I put my... Oh, that's this one. Awesome, awesome. Okay. How about... Oh, here we go. So I have some... Honestly, these are kind of a steal. I have 2 thoracic vertebra from a calf. Where are they? That's the adult. That's the adult. I'm missing a calf. Oh, there it is. Haha. Oh, thank you for sharing the live stream. I appreciate you. Okay, so I'm going to run. I have just 2 of these. They are calf thoracic vertebra. And this is what they look like. And so they have the long stem, and then you can see this hole is where the spinal cord would go through. And if you're wondering, well, how does this work on a cow? I believe that these would lay like this, like one on top of each other, down that part of the spine as the spinal cord runs through them. So, yeah. Oh, looks like Coop swung in. Coop. Coop. Okay, and then I just have one more of the calf vertebra. Awesome. Here you are. Oh, tattoos is in. Love it. Rosie. Rosie's winning right now. Oh, Bree is like, nope, this one's mine too. Must has all the bones. And I love it. I love it. I love your enthusiasm. Something I thought would be cool to make with all the bones too is like a witch's ladder, or to somehow carve the long bone part into a knife, like an athame type blade. I thought that would be cool. Oh, Rosie's in still. Oh, hooray! Congratulations, Rosie. You snagged the last one. Okay, and so then that leads me to the two adult ones that I have here. So let's see if the adult ones can find a home as well. Awesome. So these are up. It's like Coop's in the lead. Oh, Bree, Coop. Love it. I'm doing a huge bone art wall in my. Oh my God, I love that idea. Yes, a wand, Rosie. That is exactly it. Yeah, I think a wand would be cool. An athame. Um, I even thought of like a wind chime type thing, because these things are strong, and like have these sort of like knock together in the wind could be really cool, especially if you drilled holes in it. I think that could be like almost like a whistle. I don't know. Awesome job, Coop. Love the snag. And then this is the last of the adult thoracic vertebra. And start. And it's up. Yeah, well, earlier I had sold Brie a calf skull with like the skull cap with the jaw, and I was like, that could be a really cool like shadow box wall item. And now I'm just like seeing all these bones going, oh, that could be really cool for XYZ thing. Um, for me, the joy is in finding and communing with the animal. Oh, hooray, Brie. And so I'm excited to get these materials into your hands. Delightful. Okay. All right. So let's see here. So these I'm willing to bundle. I have them marked at $4 a piece. These are the adult calcanei. So if you have looked through the items in my auction area, you saw that I did include sort of an anatomical graphic of the lower leg of the cow. And this, I think, is true for larger, like cattle, cloven creatures. That so it's this. I actually have all four pieces. Where are they? Okay. So technically, all of these go together. And it is the two bigger pieces and the two little pieces. And it goes like the knee is up here, and then this bone, and then the hoof part that you see with the, you know, with the toenail on it. And so I have these four pieces that I'm selling as the, you know, sort of upper and lower calcaneus. But if someone was interested in all four of them, I would bundle them. Otherwise, I think the larger calcanei I have going for four. Yeah. And then the lower I have going for 2 apiece. So that's what, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is like, I feel we would all honor the animal tool. I feel like I found some of my people that would get me. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. Absolutely, Rosie. I think that, people who are drawn to folks like me, like we all are sort of in the same sort of mindset where we want to honor the animal and honor our connection, but also, um, work with natural materials and materials. Like, am I moving the first thing I can see? So, yeah. Okay, it's unfroze. Hooray. Yeah, I had looked up at my screen and I was just like, why is my face frozen? The joy of living, like, ugh. So I live in the bluffs part of the region, so it's called the driftless. So the glacier didn't come through and like knock all the like hilly bits down. So sometimes connection here can be a little spotty. I'm glad that it unfroze itself though. But anyway, I was talking about if folks wanted to bundle these. So this would normally be 12 for if you bought each individual piece. But if you wanted to bundle these four, since they do all go together like in the anatomy of this beast, I could bundle them for like 10. So you would get all four for 10 instead of 12. Is anyone interested in that bundle? Otherwise, I will run them individually. And that is the left and right hock, first calcaneus, and left and right hock of the second calcaneus that attach here at the joint. Okay. Not seeing anyone shout it out. So I'm just going to run the first calcaneus, and it'll be $4. And then it'll be for this guy. And so this is one of the lower leg bones just below the knee. So if anyone is interested, now's your time to swipe. It has a $4 start. And this is quite beefy. Like if someone was like a carver, this could easily be turned into like a figure of some sort because there's a lot of bone to work with here. So yes, these are from beef cattle, Marita. I forged these bones myself on my brother's cow farm. They raise beef cattle. And it's been in his wife's family for generations. And so when the cows die naturally, they just put them in. No, I did not kill the cow. The cow died of natural causes. So when the cow dies of natural causes on the farm, they just set it on the like uh, tree line to the forest, and then like wolves and coyotes and other animals, um, like, you know, eat the fleshy bits. And then after a couple of years, then there's just bones. And then I go and grab the bones. Yeah, well, sometimes, cows die on the farm and, they, cows are kind of particular as far as if they accidentally swallow a piece of wire, and there's like wire and stuff from the ground being tended for a long time anyway. If they eat it and it gets in their gut, and there's no way for you to know. It's not like you're doing a metal scan of every cow. So, oh, it's a Luchadora raid. She raided me Monday too. Hey, Luchadora. Good to see you, girl. My gird. Oh my goodness. So anyways, calcanei. So if anyone is interested in these, I do still have the first and second calcaneus, and yeah, and it is in my auction tab. If there is anything, if you would like me to run it, you know it's there. So, um, so I spent a long, long time prepping these, and I hope you guys are as excited about these as the bones. But you know, since I'm a witch of many flavors, I put together these 5-ounce crystal bags of different stones. And so this is aquamarine, and this would be great for like crafting and jewelry making, but also yes. Oh, hey, Lisa Beep. Oh my goodness. Eons ago, and he would give me the magnets he would find working had been in the cow. So yes, yes, Sam. See, like cows will eat anything. If it is on the ground when they're grazing, cows will just like nip it up, not even think twice about it. I don't know. I don't know. But they apparently spend a lot of time thinking about their food because they're ruminators. That was an awful, awful joke. Awful joke. Anyways. Why? Tarantula webbing. Yes, I have. It's a good thing you asked. My goodness. I have 3 left. You know, I like fermented things in my stomach, but I don't want my stomach to do the work. I want, you know, I want the fermenting to happen first. Just saying. All right. Oop. Coop wants some tarantula webbing, and I have 3 left. So let me grab that. Tara. And let's run that. Sauerkraut. Oh, I love me some sauerkraut. I also really like kimchi. Okay, so we have tarantula webbing up for Coop. And this webbing was gifted to me by a lady who raises tarantulas. She just like raises them for fun and keeps them as pets and then breeds them. So, and she was like, hey, I got some cool webbing. You want it? And I said, absolutely. I will never turn down weird shit. Oh my goodness. Oh, it looks like Jerry Bone is winning. Hooray. Ooh. So when you make your kraut, do you make it like the hot way where you like cook the cabbage, or are you more of a like layer the fresh cabbage in a jar and then let it ferment and get soggy? Do you make it soggy or let the fermentation make it soggy? Oh, awesome. Looks like Jerry Bone won this. Thanks for the first purchase, hon. Okay. I have 2 more. There are only 2 remaining of the tarantula webbing. So I will start the auction on that. Okay. Coop's coming in hot. Layer and salt it and put in the crocks and let it ferment. Perfect. Yeah. I know my sister-in-law, her and her mom make kraut together, and they do it like a hot preparation and then jar it hot instead of doing a cold prep. So yeah. And I like it crunchy. I don't like soggy kraut. I want it sour and crunchy and exploding in my mouth. Good job, Coop. Oh, Coop. Okay, I have 1 left, so I will run it. Who's going to be the lucky one to snag the last vial of tarantula webbing? Do, 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 do. Adam Boo. Love it. No, I bundled the C2 with the C1 earlier, and it now has a home. I just have not had a chance to update my listings. Yep. Awesome, Adam. Good job. Good job. Where did I put my Adam pile? Oh, I think this is my Adam pile. Awesome. Okay. For bony things that are still available for folks that are new into the room, I have two, three, I have four of my mystery forge bone bags, and two of them have bones in them, like just bones. And I put like 5 bones each bag. So there's 5 bones in here, and there's 5 bones in here. And then two of them have hoof in it. This one is hoof with bone, and this one is just hoof. So if anyone is interested in these, let me know. I can just do a quick run on them and see if anyone wants to snag. Hoof only. Okay, Coop. I will run the hoof only bag. Bone bag. Okay, start auction. This is for Coop's hoof only bag. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. I don't know why I have the Mario video game theme song in my head, but here we are. Specifically the one when they go into the underworld, and it's like all blue. Is anyone else a video game nerd? I am a nerd of many flavors, and one of them is video games. So, yeah. Awesome. Old school. Yes, old school Nintendo. Thank you, Lisa. See, when you know, you know. Okay, this is for Coop. That goes there. Okay, and just. Oh, okay. So you get it. Oh my goodness. So I probably spend way too many hours playing Fallout 76. But I mean, when I was a kid, I started in Atari because it was my dad's. And so I played like, what's that one with the little spaceship? And you had to like shoot at all the little alien guys that were like in rows. I'm sure someone knows what I'm talking about. So I played that and like the original Pac-Man. Now, yes, Space Invaders, that one. I played that with a joystick, and then I played original Nintendo, Super 64, and then kind of jumped and went to Xbox for a little bit. And now I just mostly play on my computer. Centipede is good. Pac-Man is good. For like vintage, like arcade games, like when you go to the bar or something, or like a bowling alley, they usually have a Pac-Man machine. I am always hitting that. So, is anyone else interested in the Forge bone bags? I have, again, I broke TV with duck. I'm pretty sure I broke the duck hunt gun hitting my brother with it. Just saying. When you grow up with a small brother. Oh, hey, Peggy. It's good to see you pop in, girl. Yeah. So, again, Forge bone bags. I'll set them down for now, but yes, duck hunt was fun. It was, the dog laughing at me. I hated him. He made me so mad. Is anyone interested in a hardcover journal? So it has sort of this Roman soldier, and this is a relief. I don't know if you can tell, but like it has texture. It actually stands up from the surface, and the shield is like reflective. Right? I'm glad I'm not the only one who struggles with that damn dog. So yeah, and then this is the back of it, and it is hardcover, and it is lined. So, it looks like it has some different color paper in the middle of it, which is kind of cool. It has sort of that vintagey paper. Yeah, so I have this available. I only have one, so let me run that because I'm a weirdo of, many interests. So I'm running the Roman Soldier Journal right now. Oh, hey, Faye's on. Hey, Faye. It's good to see you. I am so excited. I don't know. I shipped everyone's packages on Tuesday from Monday's show. And Oh, I'm so excited for y'all to get them. I had so much fun with you guys on Monday, and I'm having such a fantastic time today. And yeah, I've met so many fabulous weirdos. Have any Gothic or dark Victorian art or decor? Victorian art or decor. Yes. Okay, hang on. This goes for Faye. That goes for Faye. Okay. And um, any more journals? No, I. That was my only journal for this show. But I'm excited for her candle. Oh, awesome. So Peggy, I believe you were the one that got that special little boxed like fertility kit. I had so much fun. I hand typed up like a very thorough instruction on how to use it, like down to the detail, like I told you I would. And then I rolled it up into a little scroll and stuck it in the top and like made it so cute. And so I hope she loves it. And I hope you love it too, because I don't know. I just like to go a little extra mile for my people. So hear the energy from my show. I rated Luchador, and then she rated you. So this energy has been building since the show, and I love it. I love it, and I was so glad I got to pop into your show too, Lisa Beep, and snag those couple of cool items. Yeah, that was a lot of fun, and I just really enjoyed your energy too. That was a great time. You're just have the same kind of quirky kind of vibe I do. Any more books? I have books. Technically, yes. So, okay. I I think they are in my bin. So, if you go to the bin book, I have well, I do have the Harry Potter series as a group. Um I hadn't planned on this being a book show, but hang on one sec. Ooh. The person looking for books, I was saving this for a book show for later, but this, I don't know if you're into smut, but this is a smut set. And I have all three books that's in the trilogy. And so I'd be willing to list this item for you if you would like. I Love Ginger. And so this is by Myra Banks. Oh, wonderful. Yeah. So you guys want to bid on some smut? It's got all three books. So that way you could just go bang, bang, bang. You could have your threesome, if you will. Okay. So I guess I am going. Oh, you do? Awesome. I love it. Yeah, I just started branching out of witchy books and into some other like fiction. And I was like, look, if I'm going to do these fiction book shows, they have to be something that's on par with my vibe. And it has to be super sexy or super weird or both. So, okay. So, how about we do this as a bundle? Let me put this item in for you. Let's see here, books. And then I do have, I don't know if anyone is interested in learning about Zuni fetishes. No, I don't have any more journals here today, but I will have more journals for my next show on Monday. I do my all witchy show, and I do have some beautiful leather bound journals that have leather, like two leather bookmarkers that have metal charms on them. They're adorable, and I'll bring those to show you, but I don't have them here. So they are in my shop in La Crosse. So I am doing books. I'm, oh my God, two turntables and a microphone. Where it's at? New and used books. Got it. Done. All right. And this is the Breathless trilogy. Okay, quantity 1. And I'm going to start this at 12 for all three books. And these are in good to very good condition. So I'll just put it at good. And then since there's all three books, there'll be 2 to 3 pounds. Okay. and confirm. Okay, so Breathless Trilogy. Okay, run as auction. Start auction. All right. The Breathless Trilogy is running right now. And so you get all three of these books. And here I can unbind these. I originally just had the first two books. Yeah, I'm from La Crosse, Wisconsin. I moved here about 2 years ago, and I technically live in Westby, which is about 35-ish minutes south of La Crosse, but um, I have a shop space in La Crosse. Oh, Peggy scored the trilogy. Awesome. I'm in Madison area, but I grew up in the Fox River Valley. Nice, nice. Um, yeah, I'm not far from Madison, maybe about 2.5 hours north. And I actually go to Madison a few times a year when I like to get out of town. I went to La Crosse for college right out of high school. Oh, nice. I went to UW Eau Claire, and I actually grew up way the hell in northern Wisconsin. Like, I was only maybe about 50 miles from Canada. So I feel like I still carry a lot of that northern Wisconsin drawl, if you will. So, all right. So this is for Peggy. Okay. I do have. Okay. So as far as other books go, can I add them to the show? I have other books in my inventory. Let me see here. Let's see if I can. Okay, so I do have those in the show. Here, I will just quickly add all the books from my bin. So if folks are interested in acquiring other books, just know that I have them. And the books, a lot of the books that I have are, I do have some like young adult, like fantasy, but then I also have, um, like adult books, things that are like romantasy, that genre. I have a lot of romantasy. Oh, I realized that when I switched over, it froze my face. I was adding books to my buy it now section. Sorry. Didn't mean to freeze you all out, and I was just talking to myself all that time. Cool. That was fun. Coop was asking about art. So I do have some art that I have made. Let me see here. Okay. And I don't know. So I think I do have this in probably in my bin. So this is a Valhalla or Witch's Ladder, and it's a spinner, and you usually put it like on your porch or near a window where it would blow, and it causes it to spin. And the idea is that it protects your home from like bad energy, bad entities and stuff. And so, and my, um, my Valhalla ladder, my witch's ladder, is actually made out of driftwood that I collected at the Mississippi River. And then I macrameed this out of natural hemp fiber and added some really pretty purple beads. Here, I can get that a little closer to the camera so you can kind of see the detail. They're very sparkly. I just went for this total whimsical, nature vibe. And then the bottom, this is actually a giant bark knot that I found. And I was like, oh my goodness, it's such a pleasing shape. And then I added a pretty flower on the other side because I'm a nerd. And I was feeling just very like cottage core meets feral goblin witch. That's kind of my vibe all the time. So, But yeah, if you are interested, I can run this. I think I have it in my bin as a flash sale. So I'm going to run that and just see if someone is as in love with her as I am. I would love to find her a home. And like I said, you can hang it outside or you can hang it near a window. And as the breeze passes through the different layers, it cleanses your space and cleanses the energy, but also, um, casts an aura of protection. So, yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate y'all looking. Anyways, the right person will find her eventually. And then, honestly, the most gothic decor I have is actually this thing that I made too. This is my bovine skull coop. And I don't know if this is something you're interested in. I have shown her a couple of times tonight, and it would be cool if I could find a home for her. I have her listed at $100, though she's worth much more than that. And I hand painted her black all the way through the bottom. And the top has this like very celestial dark vibe, with some like natural moss and um, flowers and things. You can also not dye your bones. Yep. Yeah, I don't typically dye my bones. Oh, Rit dye. Yes. I did know that you could dye bones, I think. Well, they're porous, so that makes sense. I typically leave my bones natural. Oh, cool. Yeah. So, yeah, if Coop, if you're interested in this, I can run this. Let me see here. See if I can balance a skull on my knee. Yeah, I typically leave my bones natural because I figure whoever ends up with them will like create with them the way they want. This is the only, well, I can't say it's the only, but this is the piece I painted very painstakingly by hand. And did you run those knee bones in the shop? Oh, I have, okay. I have them in, and it's beautiful. I make small bone wall decor. Okay. Okay. My brain is unable to do all this at once. Okay. I got to put this down. All right. Those. So, are you talking about the one? Let me see here. Can you run those knee bones in the shop? Yes, I can run the knee bones. Start auction. Okay. I'm running the knee bones, and so I'll say the first one is this heart-shaped one, and then this is what the back looks like. And there you go. Thank you. Yeah, I love things that have just like a good shape and a good texture. And I was like, but it's heart shaped. So yeah, awesome. Perfect. I will add that to your pile, Brie. And then I'll run this second knee bone, which will be this larger piece here, if this is something you're interested in. I have the second knee bone running for folks if you're interested. And then I have one more that's a different shape that I'll run next. Okay. All right. And then this is the third one of the knee bones. There we go. I don't know why, but the way the dimpling is in this, It kind of reminds me of those little blue chalks at like a pool hall that you rub the nib in at the end to like chalk your pool stick. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? I don't know. It just kind of gives me a little like callback to that. But I also would play pool with my dad, and maybe I'm just thinking about him. Yeah, Q chalk. Exactly. Okay, were those the only two knee bones you were interested in? Because I did have this third one. I didn't know if you maybe just missed it. Bree? Yes, okay. I will run this too. Start auction. Okay, this is the last knee bone. Okay. This one here too has such a funky shape. I don't know if you could tell necessarily because the camera does weird things, but it has just like this cool curvature. I don't know. Kind of gives me like, what is that? Like a sleigh bed kind of curve vibe. So, oh, looks like Koopa's winning this. We're in the red. If you ever get hip bones, they make great mask. Yes, I actually have four. I have four pelvises right now, and I do. I'm a mom from Instagram. I would like to say an amazing comment. I don't know they let. Hmm. I have no idea. I do need a mod. I do not have a mod. I mod my own things. But whatever. Ain't no thing, chicken wing. I don't care what people say about me. Did send that. Oh, very cool. You know, something I thought would be really cool. Oh, okay. Well, shit happens, crazy cards. Well, thank you. You know, okay. I'm modding Adam. Let's see. You'll just have to pardon me while I figure out how to do that. Allow to moderate. There we go. Yes. Also, thank you, Adam. I appreciate you. Yeah, so my brain is like trying to like come back from reading her comments. Um, yeah, but also she doesn't know me, and I don't care. You know, not that it matters, but I 2 years ago I had bariatric surgery, and I actually have lost over 200 pounds. And so while I am chonky, I love my body, and I have worked really hard to be this way. So what else? She can suck it. But anyway, thank you, Bree. It's been a long road. Surgery is not for the weak. I'm just saying. So, oh, I don't have to turn my feelings into felonies. I just curse people. What do you do? Uh, I'm a witch of many flavors. What can I say? Um, no kidding. No kidding. Just saying. But also, I work with Hecate, and I'd be like, someone, another witch creator I follow, said a really awesome thing, and I have actually really taken it to heart that when people like disrespect you and um, just like treat you like trash, don't even worry about getting even. Like, don't even worry about karma. What you do is you just go out and you speak their name to the trees, and they just fucking take care of it. Because you are like, well, thank you, Mel. I appreciate that. Yeah, I have not had problems like that. Yes. You know, trees are amazing. I mean, nature is so symbiotic. Did you know trees can talk to each other, and they talk to each other through the mycelial network, which is literally like in the soil, and all the plants of the forest can talk to each other through the mycelial network? Like, it is like plants and every organism that resides is like, yeah, yeah. They like talk to each other, and I'm just like, look, if I could literally get nature to take care of you, natural selection. Maybe that's what that's supposed to mean. Oh, you guys are all fantastic. Mwah, 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 mwah. I appreciate your support and for going to bat with for me because yeah, yeah. I consider myself a green witch. I do a lot of like nature witch, feral goblinry. I just call myself a feral goblin witch. Really, you will. It is not. Yes, I love hugging me some trees. I actually go out and I talk to my neighbors probably think I'm nuts because I live in town. So I will go out and I will talk to the lilac bushes, and I go and leave offerings to the fairies, and I leave offerings to all the squirrels because, like, dude, the squirrels run the neighborhood. Let's be honest. Moss. Yes. Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh, my goodness. Do you have any moss? Speaking of, I do actually upstairs. I would have to grab it, but I do have Spanish moss that was actually harvested here in, well, was it in Wisconsin? Anyway, but yes, I do have Spanish moss. And do I have other kinds of moss? I don't think so. I think that's the one I have right now. So if you would like some Spanish moss, I can certainly bag some up and have it for you if you know how much you would like. Um, if you want, Coop, I can go grab my jar. Is that a weird thing to say? Um, I don't want to like disrupt the vibe of the room. Um, I'm in Texas and we don't have any. I'm not sure how much to even ask for. Oh, well, it kind of depends on what you want to do with it. Can you grab my? Oh, it's right at the top of the stairs on the bottom shelf by my Florida water. Uh, I got a jar. I've got a jar of moss. I got a jar of moss, and I know what's inside it. Oh my god. Goodness gracious, why? Why does my brain do things? Yeah. So, but as far as what to do with it, my favorite thing to use moss for is I want to fill a 10 by 12 photo frame. Like, oh, 10 by 12. That's not very much. I would say, I know. Where's my bags? I'll be right back. Bags. Thank you, dear. Here's my jar of moss. Oh, there it is. Oh, there it went. Okay, jar of moss. And yeah. And of course, I label all my jars. So I have this size little zippy bag. I could fill this and then, I don't know, sell it to you for like $3. Does that sound fair, Coop? Like create a little bin item for you. Also, if there's other herby things people are looking for, yes, I can do that. I will fill them after the show, but I will put 2 bags in here so I know. Where did I put? Oh, I'll put 2 bags in here. And I'm getting moss dust everywhere. Absolutely. I am here to help. So I'll just create a bin item, temporary listing, and I don't know. other, and whatnot. Other. Great. All right. Spanish moss. I spelled moose instead of moss. There we go. I can spell. All right. 2 and price $3 each. Should be in there. So there you go. And confirm. Okay. So I just loaded Spanish moss to the bin. So just go to the buy it now tab and then you can, and I have 2 loaded. So you just pop those in your cart and you'll be set to go. I have followed your shows. I plan to start selling my creations soon. I'll definitely be back. Enjoy your evening, friends. Oh, often. Awesome. Well, I wish the best of luck to you, Pippi. And yeah, I look forward to following you and like seeing what you create. Oh, thank you, Adam. I appreciate you doing the mod thing. That I always wondered how those things happened. So, perfect. All right, now for something a little different. Oh, I do have a few bones left if anyone is looking for bones. Specifically, I have 3 of my foraged bone bags left. And then I have some lower leg bones from cow. So if that is something anyone is looking for, let me know and I can run those. Otherwise, I kind of want to shift. I spent a long time putting together these bags of crystals, and I would like to see if anyone needs them. And I have many varieties. So, okay, so I'm going to pin this item. All right, so these are 5-ounce bags. And so I have how many different kinds? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 different stone types. So if you are looking for stones to use in your art, to use in like making charms or jar magic, these are the perfect size for that. Also, if you like to wrap like raw crystal chunks, yeah, I have to jump to another show in a bit. You're awesome. Oh, thank you, Coop. I appreciate you so much, and I am excited to get everything boxed up for y'all tomorrow and ship skeletons across the U.S. That tickles me in ways I can't even express. So, okay. So first up, I only did 2 of each just to do a run to see if folks are into them. So the first one up is aquamarine. So let's do that. And like I said, these are $5 bags. And I have aquamarine. And these are gorgeous. The clarity on these, there's some pieces that look more gemmy. So they're more clear, where others are more, I don't know, white. I am really bad at the whole translucent versus transparent. So, but anyway. Yeah. Awesome, Rosie. Awesome. Rosie. I have a Rosie pile. Okay, let me just. All right, so I'm going to run the second aquamarine in case anyone would like it. Like I said, it's the last one I have of this for today. Otherwise, I will go to a new stone type. So, okay. And like I said, these are great for like art pieces. If you make your own art, it's also good for like spell jars and things like that. I don't know if you work with aquamarine a whole lot, but it is actually good if you do overseas travel. If you make a little travel charm with this. Awesome. Thank you, Melgood. I appreciate you. Okay, so next up, I have 2 bags of lepidolite. So this is lepidolite, It is purple and it is sparkly. And lepidolite actually also has pink tourmaline in it. That's what gives it its color, partially, anyways. So let's do that next. I decided to get them. I traveled to, oh, lovely and lovely. So this is lepidolite. Lepidolite is really good for mental health. So if you do a lot of magic to help improve your mood, get rid of depression, work with anxiety, um, lepidolite is the stone to do that with. And but also it's good at connecting with like the higher spiritual plane. So awesome. Thank you, Rosie. Okay. And then I will run this second bag of lepidolite. So yeah, like I was saying, it's also good for connecting with the spiritual plane because of its, purple stones are really good for that crown chakra, which is like your connection to the universe, your connection to like, working with deities and that sort of thing. So if you do a lot of meditation, lepidolite could also be helpful for that. Yeah. And these are some decent sized chunks, so they could be good also for like wire wrapping if you like to wrap rough stone. So, all right. Well, let's go to the next variety, which is pyrite. Look at how sparkly that is. My goodness. So let's run some pyrite. Start auction. And again, these are 5 ounces. I know it doesn't look as full as the other bags, but that is because this is a much denser stone. Yeah. And so pyrite has a multitude of uses. It's really good for drawing in money. It's so like money, prosperity, abundance, but it's also a really good protection stone because it's composed primarily of iron. Oh, Mel won. Awesome. All right. I will run my second bag of sparkly. Okay. Pyrite part 2. So yeah, like I was saying, it's composed primarily of iron, which is what gives it its density, but also what gives it its protective properties. So it's also good to protect you from evil spirits because iron is great for that, which is also why have you ever wondered why they put iron gates around cemeteries? It's to keep the spirits in. I'm just saying. So yeah. Okay. Well, I will set that aside and I will go to my next flavor. Okay. So, and next up in the 5 ounce is fuchsite, which is this gorgeous green sparkly stone. Start auction. And there we go. We have these gorgeous fuchsite pieces. And fuchsite is, great like heart energy, to work on that heart energy for like healing, especially with grief and sadness. Its sparkly ability is also helpful to like open up parts of your mind to process through. Okay, so I will put the fuchsite down and go to the next kind, which is clear quartz. And these are some decent sized chips. So, and clear quartz is sort of the Jane of all trades. You can use it for just about anything. It's a good amplifier. It is, oh, well, thank you for the hair comments. I just saw them. That's very kind of you. If I bid, can I get a UWU? I'm so emo. I don't know what a UWU is. I'm sorry. I have seen it. I just don't know what it means. Oh, are they? Okay. See, I am so naive. I don't even know what a troll looks like. Unless they're like fee fi fo fum, I'm gonna grind your bones to make my bread. Or is that a giant? I don't know. Quartz. Um. So, all right. Next up is purple mica. Okay. All right. Start auction on the purple mica. And so these are kind of in a slab shape. I can kind of open this up. So, yeah, like this. So they're kind of like little mica slabs. And so this would be perfect. Like, I think this would be really pretty if you set it in some resin. If you're a resin artist, I don't know. Is that helpful? Oh, there we go. So, yeah, I have some of these micas. Okay. Yes. Oh, my goodness. Purple mica. Mwah, delicious. Okay. I've gone through all of those. Okay. I have 3 flavors left. So, flavor number 1 is black mica or biotite. And so these are in. Oh, good. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for all your assistance. I appreciate you guys so much. So, if you guys like black mica, start auction. There. And so these are such fun little stones. They're very smooth and they almost don't feel real. But look at that. Oh, there we go. I finally got the camera to pick it up right. There we go. And yeah, so they're in these nice chunks. It needs to be great for spell jars. Biotite is really good for cleansing energy. It like absorbs negativity and like transmutes it into like more positive vibes. Okay. And then of course we have the old workhorse amethyst, right? She always knows how to dazzle. And those are really good prices on those chip bags. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I really just want people to have the tools they need to do the magic, to do the work. So I yeah. I appreciate the feedback and Adam. Okay, so then these are amethyst. Oh, Rosie's winning. I love these little chippies. Yeah, and I do have I have like so many different um kinds of so many flavors of stones that I brought today. So I'm excited that you know some of you guys are into it. It makes me happy. Sometimes it's hard. I used to sell crystals on here, and I was asking for more than that. Oh, okay. I appreciate your honesty. Yeah, I've never really. That's not true. I did one other show with crystals, and almost everybody told me I was lowballing myself. They're like, those are ridiculously cheap. Everyone else is selling them for more, and I'm like, well, I understand that people got to sell them for what they sell them for, but for me, crystal stuff is not my main jam, and so the ones that I get, I don't mind passing them on, I guess at lower market value, just so someone can enjoy them. Because that's the other thing about crystals is that sometimes um, making the tools for the craft accessible to people who need them. Yes, absolutely, and that's really been my whole business model. Um, too high because of what I bought. Exactly. And I get that. Like trying to, make it worth your while. Um, like I mentioned before, I have owned my own witchcraft business for 7 years and trying to create things and bring things in and sell them for a profit in a community that is already struggling financially. Like it feels irresponsible as a brick and mortar to make prices so high that no one can shop there, or it's at a great financial disadvantage. And I feel the whole point of having magical access like this is to actually make it accessible, right? Um, as a young pagan, when I was just starting out in my early 20s, um, I was like, I am not rich enough to be pagan because I literally can't afford anything at these witchy shops. So I guess I just sort of carried that with me and tried to source in ways that didn't feel like such a financial burden on me, because I shouldn't have to eat it either, right? Because I need to, I mean, I don't do this all out of the greatness of my heart. I also do this for a living, right? So, anyways, that's my little speech on that. Um, I do have one bag of amethyst left. So if someone was looking to snag some more amethyst chippies, I do have one little bag left. And then I'm going to go to Blue Appetite, and that'll be all the flavors of the 5 ounce. Um, if folks are still interested in crystals, I do have some 1 pound bags that are different stones than this, and some sort of oddly weighted bags that I had just like a little bit of. So, okay. All right, let's try some Blue Appetite, which actually is one of my favorite stones. I love this color blue, and I wish I could just paint my whole house this color. You know, look how absolutely intoxicating that is. Oh my goodness. So we're doing Blue Appetite this run, and then this is the last flavor of 5 ounce bags I'm running. And then would anyone be interested in spell candles? Because I do have a few spell candles left over from my Monday show. I created them during the last full moon, so they have been blessed under the moonlight. And yeah, and I'd love to find them homes. I make them in teacups, except for my 2 sort of like feral ones that I made, because you know my candle making is also feral. Let's see here. Auction. Let me see. Okay. So, I so this is my first teacup candle that I will show, and I'll show my other ones too, just to see if anyone will like them. This one's called Mystic's Magic, and it is for psychic ability and psychic dreaming, as well as working on your intuition and developing your divination skills. So, like, you can burn this during card reading or pendulum work. Yeah. And I made it in this adorable vintage teacup. This specific one is from like the 1950s. I love to go to estate sales and give these things new homes. Yes, and they do have wood wicks, and they are scented. Um, so I made 2 of these. These are my Gimme Gimme Love candles. And I'm going to run these next. And these again have wood wick. And this one has lepidolite, and it's dusted with ground rose petal and cardamom. And so it has this like sweet, floral sort of citrusy kind of smell. And then I created these beautiful little wax hearts. One's red and one's white. That way, you know, it represents the love that you're trying to draw in. So yeah, it would be. Yeah. And actually, I don't know if you could tell, but around the perimeter, I very carefully lined up some pink halite crystal. So the whole thing is encircled in loving protection. No, I get it. I knew what you meant. Hey, Indy. I see that name pop up. But yeah, yeah, so this would be good to give to someone who is your lover, right? As a way to like honor your love. But also it's helpful for like sparking lust and passion and sexuality. as folks who've been in relationships for a while, um, sometimes that gets a little stale and you're like, I just kind of want to feel desired and I want to spark some romance. And so the gimme love candles are not just about drawing in a new love. It's also about working on the love you already have. And consequently working on yourself, right? Because when you work on yourself, you're also working on your relationship and you're drawing in the things that you want and need. So anyways, I do have these gimme love candles. And I have two of them. I have this one, which is in this adorable rose print mug. And then I have one, this is actually 22 karat gold on the outside that creates this adorable filigree pattern. And then there's a design on the inside of the mug that'll be revealed when you burn the candle, which feels so extra, but also so very me. And so this one has lepidolite, but this one has pink zebra. So anyways, those are a thing. And then I also have a couple $10 ones. Let me just list those. Candles. There you are. Done. All right, and then these are small jar candles. Okay, and so these I do at 10, and I have two of them. Great. And they will ship for £1. Fabulous. Confirm. Okay, so no, I didn't even spell that right. That's fine. Okay, so the first one looks like this. And this one is called Magical Rejuvenation. And so this is one that you would burn to end bad luck, to reset your energy, to end miscommunications. So like if you recently had a fight with someone in your household and you're like, I really just need to reset that energy so we can move on. This would be the candle for that. So, and I only have one available and it's in this cute little, I don't know. I saw it needing eyes and I put those on the jar first and then I poured the contents. And of course it has a wood wick and an herb blend as well as crystals in it. So that's this one. That's Magical Rejuvenation. And then I also have the Mended Heart. And if you can see the little eye leafy bits are sparkly, and that is because I took fuchsite, which is green mica, and I took that, I like dug out the green mica powder from the bottom of the jar and I glued it on here because I'm like, I really just want it to sparkle because I'll makes me happy. So anyway, I'm going to run this one and see if anyone wants them. Again, this is the Mended Heart. And so this is about healing grief, especially like it's grief from like losing someone, either because they passed or they exited your life in some way. And yeah, it helps you just kind of heal that and help you move on. So that is oh, it looks like Rosie. I love this. I love that this babe is going to find a home with you. That's fantastic. And as you can see, so the little yellow flowers in there are actually tansy that I harvested myself and dried. So yeah, and then it has some crystals and good bits. Oh, awesome. Thank you. I am so happy that she's going home with you. Okay. So next up, would anyone be into some of my very famous wishing powder? So I sell this for $2 and it comes with instructions on how to use the wishing powder. And yeah, so if you are needing to ask the universe for things, the wishing powder acts as like an offering because the herbs that I use are known for granting wishes. And so when you use the powder, not only are you activating that energy from those herbs and minerals, you are also like giving an offering to the universe as a way of like asking for something in return, and part of that transaction, if you will. So I will create a little auction item as soon as I put this down. And yeah, see if folks are in need of some wish support. And this is best done during the full moon. And so we have a full moon coming on February 1st. So you'll receive this in time to be able to do that magic, which is fantastic. So, all right. Let's see if I actually have it in here. I could have already preloaded it, which I did not. Why would I do that? That's crazy. Okay, so this is wishing powder. Okay. Yes, thank you for reminding them about the bin, because I have an absolute ton of stuff in the bin that I have loaded. I'm just not great at reminding people that I've done that. What was I doing? Wishing powder. I don't know, 10. Probably 10 of them. Great. And 1 to 3 ounces. Okay. Confirm. All right. All right. So like I said, I'm going to run my wishing powder. Just see if anyone needs some wish help for the full moon that's coming up. And so, like I said, it comes with the directions that I wrote up myself. And then you get a little vial with the wishing powder in it. And the powder itself, I mean, you could probably do like 2 or 3 wishes depending on how much you pour into your hand. I mean, it's really all self-dosing. So, oh, hey, Stella. Awesome. Thanks for the bid, hon. Yeah. And it smells really sweet. A lot of people are like, are you sure I can't eat this? I'm like, please do not eat it. It is not food, even if it smells good. Okay, so I'll set this aside for Stella. All right. Now I'll just run it again to see if anyone else could use some wishing powder. Just kind of getting into my more esoteric stuff. I mean, not that bones aren't esoteric, but you know what I mean. These are my handmade spells and witchery. Yeah. So yeah, and like I'm sure I mentioned before, a lot of the elements that I use in my handmade magic are things that I harvest myself, because it's important to me. Yay, Rosie won one. Hooray. I think it's important to, imbue as much like good vibes and energy into my products as I can, so people, get the best results. I guess that's my thing. All right, I'm going to just run it this one more time. And so if folks are interested, now's a good time to snag it. Do you have any brooms or whisks? Yes. I don't have it here, but I have one broom that I made myself that is left from last fall, and it is made with purple and pink wild grass that I cut and dried. And then I harvested this beautiful, branch and sanded it and decorated it, and it's quite lovely. So if you're interested in a handmade broom of mine, and it's probably, I would say, a good 4.5 feet long, and I did sort of a some beading on it as well. Okay, I'm gonna put this down. I'm just kind of like rotating from one side to the next, going, where am I gonna put this? Where are my pants? What's happening? Yeah, so like I said, I don't have my broom here today, but I can have it for my show on Monday when I do my All Witchy show, because I would love to find that broom a home. I put a lot of love and time into her, and she deserves to go with someone who can appreciate her. So, I do have some photos of her, and I'll probably load her to my shop area, my All Witchy show. She'll probably just be an in bin item. So just check my bin um, as we get closer to Monday. Um, Trying to see who asked me that. Let's get into the time. Rosie. Yeah, so Rosie. If you're around on Monday night, I do it at 7 my time. Okay. Is anyone interested in some Black Witch's Salt that I made? I don't know if you are familiar with Black Witch's Salt, but it is for protection, warding, banishing, and cleansing. You can use it in spell jars or on charging plates. Um, so that is my little handmade tag. Of course, I create all my own labeling, and I like hole punch and tie this all on myself. Because while some people see it as TDM, I think of it as just other ways to show my love, I guess. Anyway, so I have some Black Witch's Salt. If anyone is interested, just drop me a comment and I can create that item for folks. So, other than that, I haven't run these yet. I would take some salt. Okay, wonderful. Let me get that loaded for you. Okay. Black Witch's Salt. Oh my goodness, what is going on here? There we go. Great. And quantity. I think, how many of these do I have? I think I have 4 of them available. I do all of my spell powders and stuff in small batches, so I never have more than just a couple available at a time. Okay. So I'm going to run that. Okay. I'm going to run that salt right now. Bloop. And it's up. Oh, goodness. I almost fell off my chair. Okay. And again, the bidding is for this, the Black Witch's Salt. And I make this myself, of course. And believe it or not, this starts out as white salt. But I use various like ritual ash from like when I do my rituals outside. And a bunch of other special things. So yeah. What type of items come in the mystery bag? So, oh, hey, Silver Moon. So the mystery bags can contain lots of different things. Often they contain altar items, like sometimes like candle holders or wands, and of course all my wands are handmade. Comes with other kinds of handmade witchery, like jewelry or like spell powders, candles, art. So yeah, lots of different stuff can come in those bags. Oftentimes when I create the bags, you should see when I make them. I lay everything out that I have been collecting, because I will go and collect items just for mystery bags because I curate them. And then I will lay it all out and go, okay, you, and you go together. And you, and you go together. And so everything has at least 5 items. And most things retail for like $25 to $30 if you were going to buy each individual item. And so the bag is like a little bit of a bundle deal, but it's also a fun time for folks who like a mystery. So this is for Stella. I'm sure you've heard that a million times. I think it's also you. Okay. For anyone else who may want some Black Witch's Salt, I will run it one more time. I have it right here. Oh my goodness. Well, I tell people, I was raised by old people. So like I watched Rocky when I was a kid with my dad. And so that just like that visual kind of lives rent free in my brain. And yeah. Okay. I guess everyone got the black salt they needed. So I'll just tuck this away. And then I do also have some of my lunar energy salt left that I make. And so this is for psychic development, blessings, dream magic, and clairvoyance. And so you would use this to call in the moon's energy. And you can do that lots of different ways. Oh, sure. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, I just assume most people don't use their real names online. Yeah, so is anyone interested in the lunar salt? I can certainly create an item, an auction item for it. Again, so you can use this in a bath. You can use it in charging plates. You can use it on your altar when you do moon magic. Yeah, it's kind of very utilitarian. You can use it for lots of things. So, anyways, I have that available. Otherwise, I think I'm going to run these next. So these are some more bones, because bones. Going to run some boins. We've reached the time of the night where I no longer make words. I just make mouth sounds. So thank you for sticking around to listen to my crazy. All right. So these are hyoid bones from a cow. And so the hyoid is, let me see here. It would be like here. And it would come up the neck like that. And it has a couple other little bones. But yeah, these are nice. They have a nice curvature and they're otherwise very flat. So for folks who, who are looking for something to maybe make a wand with or whatever, this would be a good one to do, to like make a wand with because of the shape. And this could easily like be drilled to like hold a charm or a stone. So anyways, if anyone missed out bidding, just let me know and I can run it again. Just letting you know that this is an option. Other than that, I think I'm good for the night. I have reached a point where I can't make words anymore and my brain is tired. But I have had a fantastic time and I appreciate everyone who's shown up and, showed support for me and for the craft and for each other and just like really showed up in a big way and as a community. And I love you all so much for that. And just know that I will be back on Monday for my All Witchy show at 7 p.m. And so, and I'll have a bunch of new stuff made up because this week I had requests to make spell oils. So that is this week's task, is to make spell oils. And, maybe I'll rustle up a few more bones. We'll see what happens. We'll see what I have in my storage. All right. Have a beautiful night. Mwah, 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 mwah.